The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas and critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Hey, this is Arlene.
And I'm Karina.
You're still with us on our discussion today on a very nice Friday where we discuss anything can happen Friday.
Yep.
So Karina, we spoke earlier with Sir Nemi on his art.
Oh, yeah.
And on the importance of art diplomacy. But let's focus on the community. So Sir Nemi, how does art help society, especially in the Philippines?
And to make it like more cohesive.
Well, I'll talk on a small scale, which is my town. Angono is a very small town, and it's a sleeping community, and it's just a few 20 kilometers away from Manila.
Yeah.
But still, it's very provincial. And in 1975, we started to group ourselves together, a few artists then at the time, and eventually we had this project of creating art exhibit in the locality. Eventually we have this art competition also for children, and we did also art workshop. So almost 40 years later, today, Angono has evolved and developed itself as an artist town, an artist village, and it has being known today as the art capital of the Philippines.
Yes.
And I think this town has really developed, not only culturally but economically, because since it has been known throughout the country, a lot of investors comes to Angono and invest there. So, very small town. We are only a former barangay of a neighboring town, but today we are more developed than our the mother town itself because of the arts.
I see.
Because of the arts, we have been very actively doing art projects.
When
there.
you say develop, can you quantify what do you mean by that?
Well, today we have already a college of fine arts in that small town. We have we have a regional school for the arts for the high school level, and so art has become a way of life in Angono.
I wish you can export it to Malaysia and maybe to Singapore.
We are.
And we are, like Bali in Indonesia, it's like you can compare Angono to Bali, having studios of artists in every block of.
But how do they survive as an artist? Because there's a lot of saying that, at least in the context of Malaysia and Singapore, without the government support, it's really hard for artists to survive, just based on selling their paintings.
Yeah, that is just like one of the challenges of the artist community, especially like, all over ASEAN. But then in the case of Philippines, can you share with us?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same experience really. It's hard, not for everybody, but with this passion of artists, they really want to survive in the arts. So some of them actually have to go out of the country also, but using the talents they have acquired. No, many of our artists went out of the country, but they using their acquired talent in their kind of job that they are doing, helps them. So we produce talent, and these talents are sent abroad to use it in their artistic work. And then when they come back, there are times when they come back, they retire, they practice again their artistic talent. And today, people have this in mind that many artists coming from Angono has that brand of being good. So when they know that you're an artist from Angono, you must be good because
so the area itself is already a good branding.
And then if you're educated, by an artist from Angono, then you must be very good at it too. Yeah.
Actually, there are students coming from other province.
Yeah.
And I have encountered a girl from Cebu. He's as beautiful as Karina, and he is Miss Cebu. Actually, she wanted to learn to paint, and actually the father doesn't want her to take a career of art. But like Karina, she's so good at in PR. So I told that girl, you remind me of a friend, and she's like you, and she's also an artist. She wanted to learn how to paint because his father would not want her to be an artist, so she took another course.
Yeah.
But her father cannot stop her. So the father said, "Okay, I will only allow you to learn to paint from someone whom I believe is so good that so you take the best master."
So she learned it from you.
Yeah. So
learn it from him.
So I will only allow my daughter to paint if you will be the one who will teach her.
I see.
Yeah. You see, like, whenever you get a mentor for painting, you also acquire their values as an individual. So it's always good. Take the best pick there is. Yeah, it's just not, you go to someone because you just want to learn how to paint scenery, etc., or make faces. No. You go to an artist and then be one with them. Yeah.
So treat them as a mentor.
Mentor, like you become like a family.
Like a family.
Yeah.
But also, can you share your perspective on one of the most prominent and successful artists from the Philippines? A lot of us want to know.
There are a lot of good artists in the Philippines. One is Carlos Botong Francisco. He resides in Angono, and in fact he was the biggest influence of art, not only in Angono but throughout the whole country. He's a very good muralist, and I think that he was one that have inspired me a lot, and his works depicts history of mostly history of the Philippines. And if you happen to visit Angono, you will see his work depicted on street walls.
Oh, wow.
Through relief sculptures. I was the one who started sculptures in Angono. Where Botong started painting, I first introduced sculpture in concrete in Angono in 1970. So most of my apprentice helpers at the time who really went good already. And what you will see in Angono is a street of, we call that street a street gallery.
A street gallery.
You don't have to enter into the house. The street already, you find the works of art of these artists.
You see, they always say art is for high society, but then we're bringing it to the people because art is meant to be shared by the artist to the people. Like if you never knew how to share it, then you can never call yourself an artist.
That's a very good value to impart.
We have this now on a Sunday because we have a new SM Mall in Angono, and they offered us the place. So on a Sunday we do a sketching inside the mall. We started only 5 artists at the time. We're senior artists of Angono. Okay, let's do this to help and inspire young people to do art. So today there are about 30 young and old joining us, learning how to draw, and some of them have talent, but they say, I've been drawing inside my room only and doing drawing, and I'm ashamed to show the kind of drawing I have. Maybe you can join the group and learn from each other. And so today, it's one of the showcase that SM every Sunday.
It's a sought after event at the SM malls in Angono.
Karina,
I was there too.
To be our host for that, our first event there.
So that means there's a lot of activities,
Yeah, you will
around the
never get
Philippines
bored.
when it comes to art.
You will never get bored, and we actually look forward in the country to host artists coming from ASEAN region. But only available, that program is only available at the Nemiranda Art House. Now that's plugging.
That's funny. But it's interesting. Anyway, we'll take a second short break. When we return, we'll discuss further on this topic.